Listen, you want to know why the men are all fucked up right now? It's because none of them have skills in emotional regulation and literacy. We are lacking the intelligence to talk about what we're actually feeling, and we don't know how to diagnose those feelings and how to look at the deeper roots of what went on in our life and why we feel like we have to react in certain ways. Men are overreacting to everything, and it's because they're not doing the work of digging into their traumas of their past and talking to that 10-year-old kid that got hurt. I don't think people understand that when it comes to trauma and when it comes to insecurities, it doesn't have to be some major event. You don't have to have your pants pulled down in front of a whole auditorium to be scared of public speaking. If you speak up in front of a group of 5 and one person makes fun of you as a 10-year-old, you're never going to want to speak again. It doesn't matter how big that crowd is. That can stick with you until an adult, and now you're scared of speaking in public because of what happened to that 10-year-old kid way deep down. And I think right now, men are acting like 10-year-olds. All of these men are acting like 10-year-olds and saying who has the most toys, who has the most cookies, and not looking at what's actually going on. That deep, deep inner child is trying to speak and trying to tell you that it needs help and it needs to be worked on. And you're scared to go talk to that kid. And it's fucking scary. It sucks. It's really hard because it's not something we were ever taught to do. Imagine if today I told you had to go do 1,000 pull-ups today. You'd be like, I can't do that. I know, but you got to start with one. You have to start digging in. You have to learn how to feel those feelings, how to understand, to explain to someone else what you're actually feeling. 9 times out of the 10, most arguments I've had with individuals, my spouse or otherwise, would be completely irrelevant if I actually said how I felt or if that person actually said how they felt. That's communication. But the issue is most of the time, you don't even know how to actually say how you feel. You don't know what it is. You're just worked up. You're just fired up because something inside you told you to respond very, very much fight or flight. And a threat was in front of you from when you were a little kid and you responded in a poor way. It's not that complicated, but it's really, really hard. It's really hard to notice that, especially in yourself. And once you notice it in yourself and once you work on it, it's so clear that everyone's fighting the same battles and they're not willing to fight. You have to start looking at yourself. You have to start digging into those things. Men, go to therapy. Go to therapy. That's all there is to it. Start working. It has to be today.